And you're tagged in it on Facebook. So. What's up? This is going to be hilarious, in my opinion, for me. I have a special guest, and he does not feel comfortable doing this, but he's doing it anyway. So, whenever you're ready to have a seat.
Yeah.
Hi, Gene. Uncle D is here. Yay!
Is this what I get?
This is what you get.
Awesome.
Yay! It's Uncle D's birthday. So everybody, hey Kevin, Damien, Gene, what's up? It's Uncle D's birthday. Everybody tell him happy birthday. So
yes, explain the cup.
So his nephews picked this out. We went to Spencer's first of all, welcome to the weekly wind down. I'm your host, C-Lynn, and I have a bottle of wine and I'm gonna drink it. This is called Chateau Saint Michel. That's that right? Saint Michel? I know it's Saint Michel. Yes. But shouldn't I say that with a French something or another?
Saint Michel.
Saint Michel. So this is what I'm drinking, y'all. Somebody told me to drink this. So I'm drinking it. Now, can you open that for me, please?
I most certainly can.
So I was originally looking for black-owned wine, right? And I can't find any out here in the Midwest because, well, we're not in Kansas City, and apparently there is some in Kansas City, but I'm not shipping wine because that costs money. But I'll take it. So if you want to sponsor me and ship me some wine, I will shout it out for you on the weekly wind down, and I'll drink it for you, and I'll let everybody know how wonderful it is if it's wonderful. So one of my friends suggested I drink the Chateau Saint Michel, so I'm drinking that tonight. Rachel, my stepsister, suggested I drink Electra. Now, let me tell you something. I was in the grocery store. I was looking for Electra. I found Electra. I put it back. Here's why. I believe if you're going to drink, you're doing it for a purpose. My purpose is not 4% alcohol volume. I found Chateau Saint Michel, which is it 12 or 14, which is a lot more than Electra, Rachel. I don't know what you're doing. You're drinking juice. Why are you paying extra for 4%? What is that? Is that just for social stuff? I mean, is it for the look? Is it because the bottle is cute? It's got a little girl on there that looks like Electra. I don't know what you're doing. Anyway. Yay! Thank you. So anyway, so that's why we have Chateau Saint Michel. Now, today is Uncle D's birthday. So his nephews picked this out. Oh, I didn't realize it was. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I'm still drinking out of it.
I know you can see that. We have to talk about it because he can't take it out of the house because, but it's still cool. So shout out to Spencer's for being awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
Old. I turned 43 today.
43?
Yes.
Damn, you are old. I mean, happy birthday.
Right. Right. I'm waiting for you to get here.
I got a couple more years. I'll be 40 next year. I hit the 40.
Wow.
Next year.
I am getting old.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So there you are. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right. Got the tissue all in the back. My bad, y'all. So, look, we're not in a normal space because the only way for me to get this dude on the podcast was to come out here. So this is like a little give and take. And it's his birthday. So cheers. I'm going to say that like multiple times.
You are.
I am. So cheers. Look, y'all.
We're doing absolute and cranberry over here.
Absolute and cranberry over there.
Yeah.
Keep that over there.
You will, I promise.
I have so I went through, hey Edna, hey Dave, hey Lorenzo, hey everybody. So I'm not near home and I come out here. Gas at home is $2.79. Gas when I first got off the highway up here was $2.49. $2.39 if you want to get a car wash.
You should come visit more often.
I should come visit more often. That's true. And it says happy birthday. So
thank you.
yes, but I'm not driving all the way out here. That's a drive for some gas. So I'm just saying.
It's to visit me.
It is to visit you.
Thank you.
And to get some gas. So anyway. So look, y'all. This is literally a spur of the moment type thing. We have no clue what we're doing tonight. We're just hanging out. And when that happens, we don't know. We don't know. So if you're here for the ride, you're here for the ride. Welcome.
Now everybody gonna start clicking off. Oh well.
I don't know what to expect. They gotta go.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good. You got absolute. You'll be good.
I most certainly will.
You need a paper towel in your life. You sweating over phone. I don't think they can see it though.
Oh, that's cool.
Beauty of that. I like this, by the way. Thank you. Look at your decor and stuff.
I know. That was a gift from somewhere.
This was?
Yes.
I like that.
It was many, many years ago.
Coming home with me. All right. So we got a list of stuff to tackle on. If you see anything that you want us to hit, just shoot us a message. We'll see what we can do. We'll try to respond to everybody. What's up, CJ? What's up, Edna? I already said hi to Edna. What's up, Gambit? I'm just happy to see Edna. I ain't seen her in a while. So anyway, that's all I'm saying. So let's see. We got a couple of topics we want to get on here, and I got a feeling it's gonna get a little serious, and then it's not because there's wine involved. So Sherry, I hadn't seen you in years. So, and you don't really know me very well. So no expectations. I need all of you to not have any expectations. This is literally us
having a drink. With my gun, with my pistol cup.
Exactly. So thanks for hanging out. So let's see. We got a whole list of stuff here. Any suggestions where you want to start?
No, we can start wherever.
I want to start with something really light before we get heavy and people start falling off. So I do.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was on a friend's Facebook today.
All right.
And you know her. And she was posting a lot of old pictures of herself. And she was like, how did I not know that I was gay? And I remember her. And I remember thinking that to myself, like, I wonder if she knows she's gay. So, but this is an old friend of yours, though, right?
Yeah.
Did you know? Because you went to high school with her. You went to elementary school with her.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, by the way. Shout out to you. I don't want to. I could throw her name out. I don't think she cares.
Probably not.
So Michelle Minx is her name. MYNX. Michelle is a pole dance instructor. She has her own shop. And so I will shout out the name of the place after the show. I'll put it on I think it's called Minx Academy. And it's in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. She has her own spot. And she is taking people come in, teaching classes, doing groups, doing all that wonderful stuff. So if you're looking for pole dance, Michelle is your girl. And she is good at what she does.
Yeah.
Word. So that's real. And she's super friendly and super sweet and just one of the nicest people ever. And she got married, last year, the year before?
I think it was last year.
So happy for her. It's been over a year now. That's dope. So, yeah. So.
Did I know?
Yeah, did you know?
At the age that I knew Michelle, when I was closest to Michelle in junior high.
Junior high, okay.
I can't say I even had much of a concept on being gay at that time.
She probably didn't have a concept of what it was.
But that was when I was closest to her. I knew there was something. Yeah. But I did not know that was,
that was what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't put a label on it or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was something.
Sure.
But that was it.
That was a while ago. I remember going away to college and coming back and going to one of the strip clubs in the area and seeing her by happenstance. Like I didn't know she was there. And I was like, and she was the only one doing tricks. Like everybody else was literally, everybody else would go Get on stage, hold on to the pole, walk around the pole, shimmy a little bit on the pole, and that was it. And Michelle would be the only one who would get up the pole, climb the pole, do tricks up there on the ceiling, slide down, but not really all the way, do some more tricks, and then slide all the way and do some. Michelle is dope. That's all I'm saying.
She worked. She put work in.
She did put work in.
Like,
she's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, she's got great. She's a great athlete. Going to strip clubs. Like back in the day, whenever I would go, because I mean, I didn't frequent them, but when I did go on those occasions, it seemed that was the move that they did. They would come out and grab the pole, walk around, shake a little bit, and people would throw money out there.
And I was like,
you're not even working for real.
Thank you.
So, I mean,
I'm not giving folks my money if you're standing. I can stand there.
It's hard to tip somebody who's not really working at their job. I mean, I still tip, you know what I'm saying? But
I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I was that person. If you're not doing tricks, you don't get my money. You don't deserve my money. I can stand up on a pole my damn self. I don't need, like, why? Why am I giving you money for having the bravery to stand up and stand on stage and hold on to a pole and shimmy? I can shimmy. Look at that.
I ain't got no dollars. Terrible. All right.
You don't have no money. So at least you were nice enough to tip people that didn't do anything.
I was.
I wouldn't.
I was. I mean, but I'm that sympathetic dude. Like,
what?
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm horrible. For real. No, listen. Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
So me and a bunch of the guys from work. This is when I was at Valvoline. We went to the club. We went to Roxy's.
Okay.
Because there was a guy who was probably in his.
Hold on.
What's up?
Two things. One, never been to Roxy's.
Oh.
On purpose. Because I know where it is, and I'm not going over there. That's all I'm saying. Number two, they just had a scare over there.
Did they?
Wasn't that whole somebody got sick and they touched something and passed out, had an overdose? The fentanyl.
Oh, the fentanyl.
Yeah.
Was that at Roxy's?
I think it. Okay, Roxy's. If it's not you, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. But it's over there.
It is.
Where I don't go. So I'm pretty sure it was Roxy. But here's what happened. So apparently somebody touched something that had like fentanyl on it and they passed out or something. Right. And then the EMTs came to check on them and then they touched whatever it was and then they passed out.
Right.
So I don't know. They never said what it was. We just assumed it was fentanyl. I don't think they ever reported it that it was.
Fentanyl, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they reported it as fentanyl. And I mean, but my story.
Yes, anyway, your story. Back to Roxy's, because I'm going on tangents. I'm proud of you. Look at you staying focused.
I'm trying. I'm working on it.
You're doing process.
Good. I'm only halfway through. My first cup.
Right.
All right. So, okay, check this out.
Yes.
Sympathetic, right?
Yes.
I go into Roxy's.
Okay.
With, you know what I'm saying, my guys. We take this dude because he's probably in his late 40s, you know what I'm saying, gray beard and everything, ain't gone ever to the strip club. So we just like, gotta go.
Gotta take somebody who's never been.
Oh, that's why you go.
Right, I agree.
So, you know what I'm saying, I take my little chips and we go up in there and we sitting there and this.
What's his chip? Wait.
My little change.
This is how you know he's 43. He's referring to money as chips. Go on. Go on.
All right. Here we go.
You take your chips.
I'm taking my chips in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's this chick in there.
Okay.
And I mean, you've been to the strip clubs. You've seen how
never been to Roxy's.
Doll up.
Never been to
Roxy's is a different breed.
I know. But go ahead.
Well, she was a Roxy's broad.
That says a lot. Hey, if you work at Roxy's, take offense.
No, don't, because this was years ago. I'm
just playing.
This was well over 15 years ago.
Yeah, you are old. I forgot. Go ahead. Go on.
So, I go in there.
Yes.
And this chick in there, she just looks sad.
Oh.
Like she had the worst day ever.
She probably did. Oh. Was she pouting like that?
And she needed
to go home.
She needed to go home. Like, she needs to go home. So I sat there and she's just standing there doing a little walk around
the pole, hold on to the pole and walk around.
Nobody at her table.
That's because she looked like ain't nobody giving you. I'm not getting. Look, if you're at work, no matter how bad your day is, you gotta fake it if you want tips. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, especially in the strip club. Look.
Yes.
Look, it ain't all fun and games in there. For real.
I know people got bills. I understand.
Bills.
Families.
Anyway.
Yeah. Go on.
So I go over to her little table.
Yes.
And I'm just like, okay, you know, come sit down. Talk to me. What's going on? I sit there and I talk to her through the song.
Hold up. Well, you are that guy.
I am that guy.
You are that guy that will spot the most miserable person in the club and pull them over. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay? You need to cheer up a little bit.
What's going on? Go on.
I tipped her. You know what I'm
saying?
You
did. She was taking her time.
It wasn't nobody else. She wasn't giving it to nobody else. So
hilarious. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of dude I am. So don't take me to the strip club.
I will never take you to the strip club with your chips.
Don't take it. Don't take me.
No. Not the potato chips.
Oh my God.
The change that 43-year-olds refer to as chips.
Look.
Yes.
No, you look.
What?
Look.
I love you too.
God.
No, this is a normal occurrence. That's hilarious.
Let me get back into this.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, have you ever been blindsided by someone who came out of the closet that you were not expecting to come out of the closet?
You know, the most I've been blindsided was, and I mean, I'm fairly good at you know what I'm saying, knowing.
Judging or no, not judging, but recognizing when somebody's.
Yeah, but I have a friend.
Okay.
That I've known for Jesus.
Because he is 43, so since Jesus was around.
Oh, we got jokes. Now we turn it to a comedy session.
We got to.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
But no, really.
Hey, Margaret, what's up, Marg?
Marg, is that what they call
I don't know. It's the wine, Margaret. I'm sorry. Chateau Saint Michel.
Saint Michel.
Saint Michel.
I don't
okay, you were saying?
I don't know. Where was I at? Let me see.
Oh, no. You were talking about a friend who came out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, I mean, he didn't even come out. I mean, okay, so I've known him since, like, the early, mid-2000s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'd say, like, I'll stretch it out and say 05.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This happened probably 2 years ago. I had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I didn't think about it.
Okay.
I never thought about it.
Okay.
I mean, there were obvious things.
There was some, like hindsight, like you'd be like, I can see that now.
I can see that now.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's not gay by.
Okay.
I mean, he's not fully gay. You know what I mean? But
perspective.
Yeah.
He's in the rainbow community. That's all that matters. Shout out to my LGBTQIA community. Peace. Love y'all. Bottom of my heart. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, he sat me down. Well, we sat down and we watched a video.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, on YouTube, and it was a blonde dude.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Big blonde dude. Yeah, no shirt with the axe. Chopping wood, right?
Is that what the video was?
It was a long video. Wood? It was a good video.
Of
you know
him chopping wood.
He wasn't just chopping wood. It's like,
why is my brother watch a video of the
listen. He showed me the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
All right. God.
Okay, I'm with you.
Are you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? After the video, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, that's my ideal guy. And that was just like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Out of the blue. But I knew this. I knew that.
Okay. He didn't know you knew.
I think he knew. I think he thought I knew. I just never put a label on it. I mean, he was just my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because he slept with men or you know what I'm saying, whatever, it didn't change the way I felt about him. I mean, we were so cool that it wasn't even, I mean, because the signs were there. I saw things. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I saw, no, listen.
I'm listening.
I literally saw another guy come up to him and say, "You remember when I was in love with you?"
Oh.
And
no,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't remember that. No, I'm just kidding.
But I mean, it was,
I
knew, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Not even until, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
But once a label was put on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it was just a shock because, I mean, in general, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't define anybody to me.
Yeah. That's important, though. I mean, that's cool that you are like that and somebody was comfortable enough to come out to you like that.
Well, I should have known. I mean, I really should have known. But I'd never thought about it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's not, I don't go around like, I wondered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever.
Yeah, for us, it's like that. I don't know why we were raised that. For those of you who are just now joining us, this is my brother. It's his 43rd birthday.
We gonna keep.
I told him, I was like, "Happy birthday!"
Happy birthday.
So
turn like this. I don't want to be pointing a gun at you.
I know, right?
Your nephew. I mean, my nephew.
Your nephew, my son. It's all good. Go right ahead. So we were we were raised together. Grew up in the house together. So our dad was probably the most laid back person ever.
Yeah.
Which might be why we weren't as hung up on certain things. Like, both of our parents were really laid back, though.
Yeah, they were. Neither one of them were really uptight about anything that I can think of.
No, not strict in that sense, not overprotective. Well, they were over me, but.
Well, I gotta. Well, it's just the most that I've seen my dad get upset.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, we had a cousin.
Yes, tell the story.
And
I don't know this story.
This cousin isn't around anymore, so I'm not even gonna say his name.
No, we're not saying that.
But he was a heavy drinker, right?
He'll tell me later.
He was a heavy drinker.
Sounds like a cousin. Go ahead.
And he
no offense to the Lusters.
And I don't remember what was going on.
Yeah.
But I remember Dad saying not in front of my son.
Okay.
And he hit him.
In the face?
Oh yeah, he hit the ground hard.
With a closed fist?
With a closed fist.
He punched him in the face.
He had his driving gloves on. If you remember,
I remember that. He had the little black half gloves. They weren't even the real gloves that go all the way up to here. They were like little knuckle gloves. With a little chain
on the back.
Yeah, I remember those. My daddy was cool, y'all. I don't know what you talking about.
Okay.
Coolest man as far as I know.
That's okay.
That's dope.
That was as intense as I've ever seen him go. Besides that time he whooped my ass. And
that was the most intense I've seen him, was when he whooped your ass.
Is she still there?
Who? Edna Margaret. Hey, Mom.
Is Edna still there? Because
I don't know. Edna, you still there? Send us a shout out. Go ahead. She was there?
Well, she saw me. She was the last person to see me alive.
I remember that day.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Can I tell a story? I won't if you don't want me to. I won't if you don't want me to. But I will tell it if you're still okay. No.
Go ahead. It's too late now.
It is. It's never too late. It's never too late.
It's
okay.
Too late now.
So here's what happened, y'all. You were in 8th grade.
7th.
7th grade.
Yeah, because Paul was there.
That means I was in 3rd grade. Oh, there she is, Edna. So Edna, you were here for this. So 3rd grade, I was in 3rd, he was in 7th. We come home and we're walking home because we used to walk, like the school was literally down the street. So we're walking to the house and I noticed all these people are following us. I didn't think anything about it. I didn't think anything about it because, people would normally walk that direction anyway. It was the main street. So I didn't think anything about it. Then everybody started coming in the house. So I'm looking around like,
we got people.
Right. Did I say anything?
No, you didn't say nothing.
I didn't say, I didn't invite them. So I wasn't about to get in trouble. I still got in trouble, but that's not the point. I got in trouble for something else.
Yes, you did.
So people are everywhere in the house. Derrick's in 7th grade. Apparently, he invited his entire 7th grade class to the house.
No, this is a different story.
Oh, no, this is the same story.
No, this is a different story.
I don't know who all you invited, but it was a house full of people. There were people in my room. There were people in your room. There were people in the kitchen.
No,
this is after school, y'all. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
You can tell that one, but I was thinking about a different story.
And you got to tell that one too.
No.
We have the nosiest neighbor. And no disrespect, but we had the nosiest. And her children know. So it's not like I'm bad-mouthing her. Right. She literally kept an eye on the house when our parents weren't home, which we were supposed to have. That's back when it was normal for the community to look out for each other.
Dude, I was gonna take the van out for a joyride, and I sat in the garage and started the van, and I looked at, she was on her back porch watching me from the fucking garage.
Like she could smell you going to the van.
I turned the van off and went right back into the house. Like, well, that's so much for that.
Everybody needed a neighbor like that.
I could do nothing for real.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God.
Okay, so everybody's in the house. I didn't know where. I couldn't go in my room because there are people in my room. So I go upstairs to to Dad's room.
Okay.
That's where I went because there's a computer up there.
That's a different story.
Yeah, I went upstairs because there's a computer up there. So I'm hanging out of the way of all the 7th graders. I'm the youngest person in the house. I hear the microwave going, people going in and out the fridge. And the next thing I know, it gets really quiet. I'm on the computer. I didn't think nothing about it. Dad comes upstairs. I don't even know. Did he say anything when he came in the house? I didn't hear him.
I do not remember this story.
You don't remember this story?
No.
I'll tell you what happened. So Dad comes upstairs and goes, everybody, downstairs now. So we all go downstairs. I come downstairs, not a soul in the house. Everybody's gone. And Derrick is in the living room looking like, that's literally what he looked like. So next thing I know, next thing I know, Dad closes the windows, shuts and locks the door. And I had to sit there and watch my brother get the he didn't get a beating. Let's be clear. There was a belt involved. He didn't beat him as far as like bruises and anything like that.
No, I don't remember that, so maybe not.
You weren't.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you were more scared than like you started crying before you got the
I thought that would make it less. I thought if I started screaming ahead of time, it would make it less.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Maybe they'll feel
I
sorry
have never
for
seen
me.
my brother runner. He ran around the living room, jumped on the couch, jumped on the chair, trying to get away. Dad holding on to him and whooping him while he running around. I'm sitting there crying, tears all over my face, like, no.
Just sympathy crying.
So it was. I was like, I learned my lesson. I don't need a whooping. So I got like 2 or 3 like little gentle, because I was in his room. I was on the computer and I wasn't supposed to be. But that was, yes, I remember that. That was the last time I got a whooping, 3rd grade.
Okay.
So, there's a different story.
I remember. I distinctly remember, and I'm not gonna say names.
I wonder if Mom is still watching, but go ahead.
She was watching this?
No, she's in it.
No,
it's too late.
Nothing happened.
Hi,
Mom. Nothing happened.
No, it's a story.
It was a lovely day.
It was not. Edna's here. Edna can tell the story.
What?
You said Edna was the last one.
She don't know what happened. She just
was the last one to see you.
She closed the gate. She closed the gate.
Oh my gosh!
And
so what happened? I don't know the story.
Well,
was I there?
Yeah. I think
okay.
So.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was big shit.
Of course.
I brought people over to the house. That story I may have been in 8th grade, but I was in the 7th grade for this.
Okay.
Because I had a couple of people in my parents' bedroom.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why I knew he was supposed to be there.
Because it was after school, so he was eventually coming home.
I knew he was supposed to be there. In my head, I knew it. And I still just physically could not stop myself from inviting people over and going upstairs to my parents.
Teenagers. You wasn't even a teenager at that time.
So, no. So
hilarious.
I fire up the Apple IIc.
We had Apple II. We thought we was big shit with the Apple IIc. We had a computer in our house.
Right.
No, we was good.
So I fired the computer up.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody coming up the steps, and I turned my head, and all I can say is hi.
Did you say it just like that?
Yes. Yes. And
I sound like Cameron. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's funny.
Okay?
No, I reminded of a story with Cameron. I promise I would never tell it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to tell it.
Don't tell it.
But he knows. But you sound just like him.
Yeah, that happened. And then he didn't say anything. I think everybody got up. I think somebody was just like, oh, I think guys need to go, and everybody left. And I walked and followed everybody down, just knowing that these were going to be my last steps.
Yeah.
And I stood there with the door open.
Yeah.
And I saw everybody.
This is the same story.
Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of people in the downstairs.
It felt like it to me. But remember, I was in 3rd grade.
Okay.
So I couldn't go to my room because there was somebody in there.
Okay.
So that's all I remember. And there was somebody upstairs when I was upstairs.
No, when he came home, this story.
Okay.
I was upstairs.
Oh, you weren't then? Nah.
Yeah, this story, I was upstairs. We all were. And
okay.
And you know how the bedroom was set. So if you in there, you on the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way to sit down.
Right.
I know.
That didn't look good either.
No.
So
it's never good when you're sitting on your parents' bed.
I go back.
And they're not home.
And I'm standing there. And I'm not trying to be big shit, but I'm just recently taller than he is.
Uh-oh.
So I'm just standing there. I'm not sticking my chest out. I'm just standing there. He just like, oh, and you want to stick your chest out to me? Fire, dude. I hit the fucking wall. And that was it.
Daddy, we're not saying that you were abusive. That's not what we're saying.
No, I deserve that. I deserve that. And he didn't, I mean, it's not like he knocked me unconscious.
Sure.
He didn't hit me with an uppercut.
He let you know he was the man of the house.
He hit me in my chest.
Suck that back up.
Right.
Suck your chest in.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
And then there was whooping to follow. And it was a belt. It was leather belt.
Yeah. I remember that leather belt with the little holes on it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! So there's that.
So that happened.
Hey, we survived. 3rd and 7th and 8th grade.
You know what?
What?
In our neighborhood, that was great.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it was a lot. It could have been a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Wow.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not as mad with our neighbor as I really was then.
Right.
Because I was I remember when I had to apologize to her, and I was so mad. I was like, why?
Oh, did you have to apologize to her?
I did.
I had to apologize to Larry.
Why?
We fought all the time.
I didn't know y'all were fighting.
We always fought.
I never knew this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never knew this. Fist fight? Like y'all used to scrap? Like,
well,
for real?
I mean, as much as me and Larry gonna actually fight, like we probably gonna like grab each other and rough each other up and maybe try to swing at each other.
Larry was like that big. I don't know what you were doing with him. What'd you do? Grab him by the collar, pick him up, and shake him?
I wasn't no big dude.
He wasn't a big dude.
He wasn't.
I was talking to Mom about him the other day, and she was like, I just remember little Larry.
Little Larry. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, Larry. Shout out to you. By the way, he might be my next guest.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hit me up and had some stuff he wanted to get off his chest, so this would be interesting. I know.
Okay, that's what this is for. Just getting your shit off.
Oh, you got some stuff to get off your chest? Oh, here we go.
It's
Uh-huh.
Well, okay, you'll have to keep me directed on this because I'll get stuck. All right.
Is this because of Facebook?
No. It's a Trump Russia thing.
Oh, we go into politics. Okay, hold up. I need some more. Go on. While I'll be.
So you know that the Russians have something on Trump, right?
I know. I wonder if it's got something to do with sexual exploitation. That's my thought.
It may not. But whatever it is, they have him in pocket because every single thing that he does is geared towards Russia. What Russia's agenda? Russia's agenda.
Yeah.
Every single thing that he does.
Right.
So a bunch of the other stuff that he does. I think some of the things that he distracts.
On purpose. Oh yeah, he knows
it
intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
he believes we are that stupid.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, it's nobody's stopping him. Nobody's doing anything to stop him.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
I know.
It's not that. It's not that. Okay, so what he's done is he has like literally divided the United States.
Sure.
He's taken hardline positions on things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that he do aren't necessarily bad,
right?
But because some of the things that he do are bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody. I mean, they're either for him or against him.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So if somebody's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, that racist dude that's, you know what I'm saying, walking around with the little tiki torches, whatever, chicken.
Tiki torches.
and
stupid.
and
yes.
But they feel like, you know what I'm saying, that these tax breaks or whatever are gonna do something for them.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, these are people who own businesses, you know what I'm saying, because that's what these tax breaks are built for.
Right.
But if they
It's hard, man.
It is.
I know it's hard. You trying to keep it politically correct and still try to say how you feel about what's going on with politics. It's angry. It's hard.
Well, everybody feels one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
And there's no middle. It seems like there's no middle. Like you said, he's dividing.
He is, and everybody's put under that because I know a dude. I know a LGBT gay guy. You know what I'm saying? Gay dude.
LGBTQIA.
Thank you.
Family.
That's not on there.
Life.
It's not on there.
LGBT. Well, the whole thing isn't on there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I
appreciate it.
I'll explain it whenever you're ready.
Please do.
Go ahead. Now? No.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm sidetracked.
Oh, that's okay. You were talking about Trump.
Yes, I was, but there's so much.
I know. It's like I was watching. I've never been a fan of Marlon Wayans ever.
Okay.
But I watched his stand-up woke-ish, and it was actually funny.
Somebody told me that it was
degree.
not.
It's Marlon Wayans. Like if you don't like Marlon,
he's in a
I don't like
comedy.
He's not really a stand-up kind of guy.
No.
But he had some jokes that were pretty funny, and he did talk about Trump a little bit, and it was actually quite entertaining. But I hear what you're saying.
How he's creating a division.
Yeah.
Because
I
mean, it's I don't know. I know a guy.
Okay.
And he's Trump. You know what I'm saying? Through and through. He's so Trump that Trump could run over his pet dog of 20 years and he would still be his guy. But
those.
But here's the thing.
Okay.
This is how blinded people are.
Okay.
He's a gay guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe bi, but he's a gay guy.
Okay.
Love him to death. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I've worked with him for years. Great dude. But he's so Trump, and I was brought to his attention. You know what I'm saying? Trump's stance on, you know what I'm saying, on homosexuality, and he was just like, I don't care. He's still standing by him. Oh yes, he was like,
that's loyalty.
He was like, I will change for him. I was like, man. When he got that far with it, I could not.
He said, "I would change."
Yes,
that's when you end the conversation.
I was
that's
just
definitely
like,
when you end the conversation.
I was like, Kenny,
Can you what? Can you? See what I did there?
I do. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I was just like, well, can you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't follow somebody who's not gonna, you know what I'm saying, take up for you as you are. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I agree. That's what I didn't understand. He's offended every population in America.
Yes.
How is it possible that people still support him?
Right.
But I kind of get it because they hated Barack so much.
He's the anti-Barack.
He's completely anti-Barack.
He is.
And so everything that Barack did, he's undoing, and people are enjoying that. And they're supporting all of that because they know he'll do that. And if he gets impeached and they know that, God, I can't stand that dude. I really don't want him to be president. Mike Pence.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So even if we impeach Trump, we still got to deal with that guy. And that guy is not the guy we want to deal with. I'd rather deal with Trump than deal with him.
I think there'll be more pushback on him more so than Trump, because Trump is like he's still okay. You know this emoluments clause thing, right?
Okay.
I mean, he's still got casinos in different countries. He's still getting paid off of them.
I know.
He is.
And hotels,
yes,
hotels and casinos,
and his summits that he had.
I know.
Yeah, he's getting fat bank off of that.
I know.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll give my salary away because one of his trips to, you know what I'm saying, with these foreign dignitaries is going to cover his whole salary." So it's like whatever.
Yeah, as many people that are turning away from, as many countries that are turning away from him, there are just as many that are still supporting him.
Well, you got a guy who, you know what I'm saying, comes into the United States, you know what I'm saying, presidency, and it's just like, you know what? I don't like the people that got our back. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the people that we deal with. I'd much rather deal with these people who are willing to kill somebody in the middle of the street just because they say something foul about the government.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, you got Kim Jong-un, dog, and you got Vladimir Putin, and these are some straight dictators.
Of everybody else, like of the world.
Right. But they his guys.
I know.
And nobody sees anything wrong with it.
I do.
They're just like, I want to. He literally said that he wants his people to treat him the way Kim Jong-un's people treat him, for real.
I don't think
people
he
treat him like that, so because they'll hang him in the streets.
Oh man, they can get to him.
And well, you know this the Supreme Court lawyer that they're trying to push through, right?
What happened to him?
Well,
is he still alive?
No, he's still there. One of his
I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah.
One of his stances is that the president should not be charged with any kind of crime while he's in the presidency. See, nobody's seeing that.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he's trying to push him through.
So I'm gonna back up a little, like all the way.
Okay. And we can move on from this if you want, because
yes, but I'm gonna back up a little bit only because I have some people who follow me who believe this. And some relatives who feel this way.
Okay.
Back when the election was happening and Barack was leaving office, there were people who, like the whole movement of our votes don't matter. Like it was a movement. Like we shouldn't vote because it's not going to matter.
Right.
Happened right before Trump got in office.
Right.
And I'm still seeing these same people say the same thing. Well, actually, they're quiet now.
Oh.
Actually,
because if you can't vote, you can't say if you ain't vote, you can't.
I mean, they say stuff, but it's not like, how can you justify being mad at the president or stuff that he says if you didn't vote?
Right.
Like you kind of help. That's like not voting is like giving him your vote. That's pretty much what that is.
Well, I mean, not to be too, you know what I'm saying, conspiratorial, but
not to be too conspiratorial.
If you think that you're thinking about how people are hacking into people's their financial information. I mean, Equifax guys.
Yeah. Right.
So, do you think they can't change electronic votes?
I want to know how come people can't change my federal loan. Like, why, if they hacking all this stuff, how come they can't get rid of my loan?
If you knew how to hack, you could do it.
Hey.
I bet they ain't got no loan.
Hey.
I bet they ain't got no student loan.
If you're a hacker and you're good at it and you won't get caught or you haven't been caught yet, hit me up. Got some stuff I need taken care of. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Dude, if you like, what happened to Anonymous? They were for the little guy. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See?
I mean,
they're still around. They're just not they're not addressing Trump.
No, the problem is there's too much going on.
That's true. It is a lot going on.
There's entirely too much going on. Like I could have a rant every week about Trump. And
I don't have this kind of energy.
And not hit the same points.
It's exhausting, man.
I
can't do that. I can't do that.
It is exhausting.
I can't do that. So because it's exhausting, and I have Chateau
working on that.
Hey man, I wasn't joking.
You was not.
No.
I guess I better start.
Chateau Saint Michel. Chateau Saint Michel. It's a sweet Riesling, by the way. Thank you, Kathy, for recommending it. If you have any other wine suggestions, hit me up. Let me know what your favorite wine is. I'll give it a shot next time.
Bitch better have my coffee.
Bitch better have your coffee.
Yeah.
That's a nice mug, man. I'm glad they thought about you.
It is. I do like it, except I can't take it to work.
You can't take it to work. It's not a work mug. Right. Not at all. But we couldn't find one that was appropriate. Like they're all inappropriate. Spencer's. Shout out to Spencer's in the mall.
Pistols though.
The other one was Brass Knuckles.
Pistols though.
All right. So.
Okay. What's up?
I want to get to this because we have been rolling with the time.
All
right. So
you did say that was gonna happen.
Yeah. So here's what happened last week, and I didn't get a chance to come on and do the weekly wind down last week. So last week, detail. I don't know if you all know who Charlemagne the God is. Charlemagne is he's like a radio host. He's been doing it for about 8 years on the Breakfast Club in New York. They're syndicated in 80-something countries. They're in our state now, coming in the morning from 6 to 10 or whatever. So apparently the story is this.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
I just looked at my phone.
Was somebody text you?
No.
What? Okay, so apparently, now here's the story. So this lady comes back. I'm not gonna say her name because I feel a real certain way about this, and I'll tell you how I feel after I state the facts. So she came out, tried to get a case reopened from when she was 15. She's 30 now. When she was 15, she went to a party. Charlemagne gave her Spanish fly. Now, before I go any further, and before anybody judges, I want you to think about how many times you were 15 and you drank liquor and had sex afterwards.
Spanish fly.
And then, how many of you, please don't raise your hand all at once, but how many of you were 15, drank liquor, had sex afterwards with someone who was much older than you? I know way too many classmates that have done this intentionally, and it wasn't rape. But legally, technically, it is, because if you're underage, what's the word? You're not able to, you're technically not an adult, so you can't make decisions for yourself.
Okay.
That's pretty much what they're saying. So anybody older than you that does that is taking advantage of you.
Right.
So technically, in the eyes of the law, he was taking advantage of this girl because he was 21. He went to the store, or maybe he was 20. But either way, he was older.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go to this party. Actually, they go to the liquor store first. They pick out what they're going to drink. It's Spanish fly. I don't know how old some of you are, but Spanish fly is an aphrodisiac.
Is it really?
We'll call it that. It's a liquid aphrodisiac.
It's a liquid in a bottle.
So anyway, look, we're not taking this lightly. This is a real serious topic.
Spanish fly is not serious.
Spanish fly itself is not serious at all, but that's not the point. So anyway, they go to the liquor store, they pick out what they're going to drink, they go to the party, they drink it. She becomes incoherent at some point in the night. She wakes up later on, and she feels like she had sex, but she don't know with who. Charlemagne is there. He said he was making sure that nobody raped her, et cetera, et cetera. She was like, I'm glad you were there. I'm glad it was you. Because he was like, I think in the story, he said it was him when he reported the story. Long story short, somehow they ended up having a court case. Like, she pressed charges. Mom, if I'm not mistaken, I believe mom made her drop the charges. She was 15. And I don't know why. So I'm not going to speculate. Anyway, Charlemagne did everything he could to comply with and follow, do what he was supposed to do. So he did that. She didn't. She wasn't compliant. She wasn't cooperating. So they dropped the case. Now she's 30. and she wanted to reopen the case. And Charlemagne was saying that he was innocent. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because, again, how many of you are 15? How many of you are 15 and drank? How many of you are 15, drank, and had sex? How many of you are 15, drank, had sex with someone older than you, over 18? Again, don't raise your hand. I'm just saying. Right. I'm just saying that I know people that has happened to. So that's neither here nor there. The case was thrown out. This many years later, this comes back up. She reports this on social media. She goes, she gets an attorney. They try to reopen the case, and the court says no. Now, they didn't say why they said no. They just said no. So for the past 3 weeks, Charlemagne has been labeled a rapist and a pedophile because she was 15. So now you've got someone, y'all know how social media is. So as soon as somebody gets on the case and they start calling somebody something, everybody else starts saying it without any no justification, right. No evidence, no nothing. So that's what happened. Was it Friday? This past Friday, the court records came out, the witness testimony, the DNA evidence. Because remember, he was cooperating, so he gave his DNA. He attended every time they tasked him to come down to the jail. He did all of that. So they released all of that. Come to find out, there was no DNA. None of his DNA was found in her rape kit. They didn't say whose it was, but it wasn't his. So now they have to release all of that to clear his name. Which brings me to the point.
Oh.
Which brings me to the point of, because the whole Me Too movement, which I co-sign because there has been a lot of unnecessary BS going on since the beginning of time. Yeah. So people are getting caught up from stuff that they used to do way back when, or and just now bringing it up. But like, how do you? Okay, let's do it this way.
How far back do you go with this?
There's no statute of limitations.
Really.
Okay. So I don't. Some of you may know that I was molested when what the hell BS. I know, but I was molested when I was younger. But the person that did it was like a couple years older than me, so it wasn't really like a thing. But I guess I could go press charges now if I wanted to ruin his life, which I'm not going to do because it wasn't that serious to me. Now I don't know how you and Dad felt about it.
Carry on.
I just know that I didn't see him after I told. That's all I'm saying. If I saw him, it was from across the street, way down the street, all the way over yonder. That's all I'm saying. So it comes to this because there are people who are watching now, who have either done this or know someone who has.
Okay.
So the question is, how do we avoid that situation in the future? I'm serious.
How do you avoid?
How do you avoid allowing yourself to become labeled?
Oh, that's just what's going to happen, especially with social media. I mean, you can't stop that.
But unfortunately, when that happens, people like the courts get involved and they press charges on somebody's word. And
yes, I mean, there's going to be no way to change the label that comes out. I mean, he can, you know what I'm saying, present all the information and try and throw out there that this didn't happen, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, say it's out there. But I mean, there's going to be people that's going to be like, I don't want to hear that. And they're going to still label them. And it's just like that for them. And it'll eventually die off.
You know think so?
Saying? Yeah, it'll eventually die off because, I mean, the news cycle on everybody and everything. I mean, people don't even remember that Matt Lauer had a rape room. You know what I'm saying?
A rape room?
Oh, yeah, he used to be able to lock the door, dog, on him.
With the button on the desk?
Yeah.
He was tripping.
He had a rape room.
Yeah, he was tripping.
I mean, I don't know if he's still working, but I mean, he's still out there.
He's not in the same place he was.
I'm sure he ain't.
Yeah, that's insane.
He's not doing time.
He's not doing time.
You know
he needs to be doing time.
He's not even going to court.
That's because he got enough money to keep himself out of court.
Yeah, but I mean,
unfortunately,
it really should. It's
hard.
It does kind of depend on the victim, though, on how the victim feels on it.
Speak on that.
Because there are Okay, the different. There's got to be different degrees. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
I mean, PTSD comes in different levels.
Okay.
Some people can deal with, you know what I'm saying, trauma, and some people can't.
True.
And far be it from me to say, you know what I'm saying, what type of trauma anybody should be able to or not be able to deal with.
Right.
I mean, because I got my own.
Right.
But if she's not over it, you know what I'm saying? She's not over it. Or has it come to the point of spite? Because
when she was interviewed, she said she didn't want anything from him.
Okay.
But I don't know how that's true. Like, how do you not want anything from him, but you're trying to get him arrested?
I mean,
like you want him. You know what I mean?
Usually, I cannot say for everyone because
it's not everybody. Every situation is different. Right.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the person who's dealing with like a for real deep-rooted trauma, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about, you know what I'm saying, the public image of that person. It would be more about the apology, you know what I'm saying? Or the I need you to be sorry for what you did. You know what I'm saying? And be like for real with it, not be bullshit.
Like, he was bullshitting because he told the joke. I mean, he told the story, but he did it in a joking.
Right.
But that was years ago. Like, he didn't know that it was gonna come back up.
Go back and fight this shit out.
Yeah.
I mean,
the less
nothing to make jokes about.
Hell no. So for those of you online right now, be very careful what you put online.
Oh, no doubt.
That's only one example, but there are many.
There's 1.5 billion things.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Because I mean, there's people that there's people passing child porn and don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
I mean, because child porn is under 17?
Under
18?
17.
17?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you're 16,
yep.
You know what I'm saying, 15, and you shoot a picture of a titty to somebody,
yep.
And they got that picture, they got child porn, and they ask, "We'll get time for it."
Yeah.
So
yeah, they were picking people up online who were sharing stuff on Facebook, and they were finding people that way who were sharing videos of little girls, high schoolers who were performing oral sex on other high schoolers. They were picking them up because those videos were cycling through for a while.
Because it's high school. That's high school.
I know.
By the time you legal, you graduated high school. So
Cameron, you ain't hear none of that.
You ain't hear none of that.
None of that.
None of that. Erase that.
Erase all that. So this brings me to the next topic, which I gotta address before we go, and it's almost time for us to go. We're going over. So we gotta talk about it because this dude is coming to town. So your boy R. Kelly posted look, he did a 19-minute song called No, you didn't miss it. You didn't want it was nothing.
There wasn't nothing to miss. It was a 19-minute song talking about
nothing.
I got
So look, he had a 19-minute song, man, called, the name of the song is called I Admit. Now,
what does he admit?
He admitted he was molested when he was a kid up until the age of 14.
Okay.
He admitted that he wasn't around for his kids as much as he wanted to be.
Okay.
No, wait. I think that's all he admitted. 19 minutes of R. Kelly complaining about being brought down and not being held to his legend status because of rumors. And this was quote in the song. I can't remember the quote, but it was something to the effect of, I want to find it for you. But it was something to the effect of, my personal life should not affect my professional life.
Man, come on with that.
That's in the song, y'all.
If that's the case, then you should for real be in prison. Like, I mean, your personal life got your ass locked up, straight up. I'm sorry.
He's still out there, man.
It's not the peeing on people. That's you know what I'm saying? That's a fetish. If you like play,
that is
like
a
water
fetish.
sports,
that's very
handle
true.
your water
sports.
The problem is when you taking your fetishes out on underage little chicks.
Agreed.
And you trying to traffic bros.
That's a problem.
Cool. That is a problem.
Here's my
prison time, straight up. I mean, how come he couldn't sing a song about them? Like, I admit that I fucking locked you in the trunk of my car.
No, because
I admit that I chained you to my wall.
That's it's admissible in court.
What's admissible in song?
Yeah,
I bet it is. Hey, cats be talking about murder. You ain't locking them up.
Now, look, and I'm not trying to defend R. Kelly, but I will say this.
Please do.
I will say this. Now, I was born in 79, so I experienced the 80s.
You're old head.
I experienced the 90s. And at that time, if you all remember, because the majority of you are old enough to remember, when Ice-T was a thing, when Snoop Dogg was a thing, when the dude with the pimp cup, what's his name? The dude, the minister, the dude that went around with Snoop all the time with the pimp, with the blinged out pimp cup.
I have no.
Oh, you know, y'all know who I'm talking about. No. He was an actual preacher, a minister or something, and he was a pimp in Chicago.
Where was I? No, don't even tell me where I was at. I don't even know what.
My point is, when they described the stuff that was happening in the in R. Kelly's compound, it sounded a lot like pimp stories. That's what it sounded like. Don't talk when men are talking.
Yeah.
Stand over there. Wear this, not that. Do this. Don't do that. Stand here. Do this. Don't say no. You know, all of that stuff of pimp stories.
That's the pimp stories.
The problem is R. Kelly did not let the pimping go. So
he carried the pimping on.
Right, Ice-T got married, had a kid, got a stable job.
He got Coco.
He moved on.
He got Coco. He doing Law and Order.
He's fine.
My man done moved on.
That's all I'm saying. Snoop got his family. He's showing his family on Netflix and all of that.
He cooking with Martha.
Right, smoking with Martha.
Right.
I mean, he's doing all these things. R. Kelly is still stuck in that. And I think that's the difference. Everybody else saw that it wasn't okay.
Pimping.
When Snoop, look.
Pimping is not okay.
I can't co-sign it.
Right.
We got women who are disappearing right now because pimping.
Oh my God! While I was in Cape Florida, I had somebody try and get me in. My partner's her daughter.
See, that's not cool.
No, it was not cool.
That's not cool.
It was not cool, and I had never been put in that position before.
I
was like, I can't do.
How do you tell somebody that it's not like, don't give me your daughter?
She was like, I can't take care of her. She's like, I can't afford to. And I was just like, holy shit.
Wow.
I was like, I can't. I was like, we can't.
That's heavy.
Oh, it was heavy, dude. It was in a Steak and Shake.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was in a Steak and Shake.
Cape Girardeau, Missouri, y'all.
This was years ago.
It's still happening now.
Oh my God.
It's still happening now. People are still selling their kids and still giving their kids away for drugs, giving their kids away for money.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
it's still happening.
Yeah, they are.
R. Kelly just got a lot of money. It's the only difference. And so now you got, and that was the argument was parents were, and he even said that in the song, don't put your daughter in my face.
Because I'm going to scoop her.
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Don't put your daughter in my face. I'm going to rock that.
He said, don't put your daughter in my face expecting a money fall or something like that. Like a return of money. Like, you know what I mean?
She ain't going to bring in that much or something.
You know what?
Look. Look.
This is a serious topic.
Look.
We can't talk about that serious together.
You gotta train your hoe.
That's what he was saying.
It takes time and energy and patience to train your hoe.
That's why he got other women doing it for him.
Yes, and they have to do it correctly. If they don't do it correctly, then you have to take them back to the stove.
I need you to stop.
You cannot return them. They don't come with a receipt.
They don't come with a receipt.
I swear.
Oh my God.
You got me drinking absolute.
Hey man, I don't have you drinking that. You had that on your own.
I sure did.
I asked you what you wanted.
I got a gun cup. Though.
Yes, you do have a gun cup. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
It's my brother's birthday, y'all. He's 43.
Look.
Old as hell.
Look. Every time.
Every time.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Let's see. Is there anything else? I feel like we covered everything.
That's what happens when you just sit down and decide to talk to me.
I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the other stuff because
what's the other stuff?
Netflix shows.
Oh, Orphan Black. Check it out. It's one broad and she's playing a whole lot of roles and it's really good. It's done. It's not on Netflix though. I'm sorry.
It's not? Where is it?
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
I don't have Amazon Prime.
Oh.
You know what? I applied for Amazon Prime 2 years ago, and then I canceled it.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while they'll take $12.99 out of my bank account. I've had to call them 3 times to tell them to give me my money back because I canceled it.
Do they give you your money back?
They do eventually.
Yeah, they had better.
Yeah, I don't have Amazon
Get in
Prime.
touch with a hacker and be like, look, I need you to go and get an Amazon
That's all I'm
Prime.
saying. Hacker friends.
Send me some money.
Hook me up.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know nobody.
So it's called, what's it called?
Orphan Black.
Orphan Black.
It's one chick, and I swear to you, she plays 9 different roles. Great.
I'm curious about that. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
I will definitely check that out.
I can't. I won't say anything.
Don't tell
more.
me the story.
Yeah, I won't say anything more, but it is worth watching. It's
That's
long,
dope.
There's some seasons.
Is it a movie? Oh, it's seasons.
There's some seasons. Yeah.
Oh, I have to check into that.
I mean, as far as movies, dude, I
don't know.
I ain't got none.
No movies?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta watch 40-Year-Old Virgin again.
This dude been watching 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's gonna leave August 16th. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, get it in now.
I got on DVD.
You and your DVD.
Oh, that shit cracks me up.
Of course. Music.
Music.
Yes.
I've been listening to old shit.
Mm.
I have been listening to a lot of Eric B. and Rakim lately.
Rakim is in town right now.
Yeah.
St. Louis. As a matter of fact, he's currently performing.
Like right now.
If you can get out and go support Rakim, please do. Rakim is one of the gods of rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's undeniable. If you like rap, you have to understand who Rakim is.
Undeniable.
And you can't. There's no argument. I don't care what you say. There's no argument. He's one of the best. Old heads. Excuse me. A cat just walked in, y'all. And then he talking. He mad.
She is mad.
She come in here talking like she mad. Like because we're not giving her attention. That's what it is. Is that what it is?
Yeah, no, she's I don't know. She's old. She's old. She's like,
is she old? How old is she?
She's 16.
Wow.
Big years.
I can't believe y'all had her that long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, I
don't know what do I do? Let's see. So you said you've been listening to a lot of old music, watching Orphan Black.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's it as far as that goes. I don't want to touch on the epidemic, so I'm gonna leave that alone. This is what happens. Get distracted, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey Chris. Hey Deborah. Hey JoJo. Hey Tiara. Hey Ted. Hey Ted. What?
iZombie is good.
Zombie.
Yeah, it sounds kind of, but
it does sound kind of.
It's a decent TV show if you don't really need a storyline. You know what I'm saying? if you don't need
is it just a bunch of zombies going around trying to make other zombies?
You can watch it and you don't have to watch the next one.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Like,
iZombie. Okay.
Because like some shit, like if you watch 24 or The Sopranos or pretty much
you want to know what's coming next.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
You really have problems turning that shit off.
I agree.
It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What's next? So
yeah, I hear you.
This one you can just be like,
that's one of those.
Yeah.
It's like a time filler.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
There's one flick. I think it's called Superstore, but it's on.
You keep coming up with this stuff I've never heard of. I don't have Hulu. No.
For those who do have Hulu, not her. There's a show called Superstore, and it supposedly takes place in St. Louis. Like, I really believe that they could have done St. Louis a little better. Okay. But there is one dude who cracks my shit up, and I cannot remember his name.
Oh, shame.
Oh no, but
you can't give him his flowers. Can't celebrate, you know.
We there? Is that where we at now?
Yeah, you know, you're supposed to give people their flowers if they good or something. Be like, yeah, man, you the bomb. You need to know.
Yeah, when?
I was talking to this little girl, and I was like, look, man, you need to support people. Let them know you like them. But she was like, no. I don't want to talk to strangers. And I'm like, but you're complimenting me.
You don't even have to talk to them. Just say hi and be like, hey, that was sweet.
That's it. She liked the girl's hair. She loved her hair.
Oh, if she told her she loved her hair, she'd made a whole new friend.
That's what I said. I was like, you would make her dance if you told her that. She's like, no.
Oh.
I said, we got to get past that because we're so quick to tell people what we don't like about them.
Oh.
But we're not quick to tell them what we do like. So take that with you.
Yes.
Take that with you. Take that with you. Take that. Take that. The other thing was, we'll talk about that another time. Yeah, because it's gonna bring us down, and I don't have nothing to bring us back up after it.
Oh, I'll make fun of whatever it is.
No, you won't.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Is it personal?
It will be for you.
Maybe not.
See what I'm saying? Yep.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay. So you got time?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah, I got time.
So let's do it like this. Some of you have been paying attention to the news, and you've seen that. And I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm saying that this is what came out, and everybody assumed this is what it was. So Demi Lovato, who was a pop singer, overdosed at a party, and she had been refusing treatment. Her team had been trying to get her back in a treatment. She made a song called "I'm Sorry I'm Not Sober."
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. So she's been very vocal about her addiction. Addiction is one hell of a beast. Let's be honest about what it is.
To be, yeah.
So I have a couple of unpopular thoughts about it.
How you feel about it?
I have a problem with calling it an opioid epidemic now when it was an epidemic before, but it was affecting Black and brown people, and it wasn't an epidemic. Now that it's affecting people close to home and politicians close to home and
their kids,
now it's an epidemic.
You can put a label on it. It's affecting rich white folks.
Okay.
Because I mean, it started out as stuff that Black and brown folks couldn't get. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't. Black and brown folks weren't going to the doctor and picking up prescription drugs.
Yes.
Well, not we, because I've never been, you know what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
But they've been, there's victims of the heroin, right?
Yes, victims of heroin.
So the
hey Rhonda.
After the you know what I'm saying? Because it was the same with crack.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, people were ODing on crack.
Yeah.
Like they were.
Yeah. They be in the streets just.
It was wrecking lives, but it was in a darker neighborhood.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't
didn't
that
touch
big of a thing.
It wasn't. It was over there. It wasn't in my house. Right.
Well, now it's stretching out. You know what I'm saying, to people of privilege. Of people of privilege.
Fair enough.
But
that's fair.
Yeah. No, I mean because she just like.
Rich white people.
No, for real. I mean, it's affecting people of privilege, and now
that's
it's becoming a problem. Because I mean, if crack were affecting people of privilege, it would be a crack epidemic.
It would be. You're right.
And I mean, because heroin is, I mean, and it's not just heroin. I mean, the prescription pills are what's kicking it off. You know,
not just prescription pills, specifically the pain pills.
Yes. But I mean, you can't. The doctors ain't gonna keep giving you that forever. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know if you heard one of my other episodes, weekly wind down episodes.
Maybe not all of it. No.
Nobody does. Let me make it like, you know what?
Okay.
All right. So anyway, no, it's fine. So I was talking about how I went to get a tooth pulled. No, it wasn't pulled. It was to get a chain on my tooth, my braces or whatever.
Yeah.
And the orthodontist gave me, not the orthodontist, the surgeon gave me a prescription for oxycontin for 3 months. For 3 months.
No shit.
All he did was cut my gums and attach a chain to the tooth that was stuck in my gums. That's all he did.
To pull it out.
That's it.
Holy shit.
3 months. of OxyContin? For what?
What did you do with that?
I got rid of it. That's what I did.
I was gonna.
I wasn't finna go get it, refill it, and sell it.
Wait, say that again.
I was not going to go get it, refill it, and sell it.
Oh, okay.
That is what I was not doing.
Okay, yeah, that's bad.
It did cross my mind.
That's bad.
Hey,
that's bad.
The money was tight. I did think about it, but I know better. Yeah. And I don't need those kinds of charges because each pill is a certain amount of time.
Right on, yeah.
And he gave me 30 days.
That's not
like, why?
Yeah.
But see, this is how people get addicted, though.
That is weird. I mean, why would a doctor give you that?
I'm not going back to him.
Especially of Oxy.
Exactly. He's right up the street from the house. Wow. He's right up the street from the house.
Well, I think they get payoffs for
addicting people.
Well, for the prescriptions that they
I know that they sign. I know.
I mean, however much you can sell of this drug, we'll give you this much money. You know what I'm saying? I think.
I'm not. Yeah, we're not doctors. We don't know.
Yeah,
I will say I agree with you, Tierra. They do, and they don't. I don't know if they pay attention to what they're doing, or if they do. We're not doctors. We don't know. If you're a doctor and you know, please comment. Let us know.
I think they pay attention. Well, the doctors that I know pay attention.
I got a couple of doctor friends that would know.
The doctors that I know,
don't know,
are not the type to fucking just.
That's what I'm saying.
Hand out
shit
that's gonna have you on the street.
3 months.
Hey, I need to get a button of that.
I'm saying, right?
The fuck.
Yeah. So when you see people who are addicted to opiates, and I'll say opiates and not heroin because opiates cover
a range of things.
All of that.
Yes.
OxyContin, Percocet. What's the other ones?
There's Darvocet.
Just the popular ones.
I don't even. Yeah.
So when you see people who are addicted to opiate, morphine. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's morphine.
Fentanyl. Well, so we got a fentanyl epidemic in St. Louis right now.
Oh, I got something on fentanyl.
Speak on it.
All right. So fentanyl is a Chinese based drug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that's where it's coming from.
Hey.
Why is it mixed with all the heroin? Why?
Hold on 1 second.
All right. How about it?
Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's gone.
We are talking about opiates, and I done drank a whole bottle of wine. This is not funny. This doesn't happen on a regular basis. This is only for the wind down. Do not assume that I drink bottles of wine every day on a regular basis. It's only for the wind down. But this mug was good, by the way. Kat, good job. That's all I'm saying. All right, come here.
I forgot.
Addiction is addiction.
It is.
It is. So we got to be careful what we do. But go ahead. You were talking about opiates and
fentanyl.
Fentanyl, yeah.
All right.
I still got something left in there.
Yes, you do.
Just pour it all in.
Why is fentanyl like? Why is it in all of the heroin? Right.
Why is fentanyl?
Why is it
heroin?
being cut? Yeah. Why is it being cut with the heroin? Where did it come from?
Is it being cut with heroin?
Hell yeah. That's what's killing these people.
I didn't know it was like straight. I don't know. I don't know. Like I know that it's under the umbrella of, but I didn't know that it was heroin.
Just cut with
heroin.
Yes.
And they're selling it.
Yes.
Prescribing it.
No.
Okay, help me understand it because I thought fentanyl was a prescription medication. Like you can't get it.
I'm not even sure if it's. I have no idea where to get fentanyl.
A doctor.
Well,
that's where you get it from.
They take that and they cut it with their heroin.
Heroin with it.
They cut heroin with fucking fentanyl, and I mean it's killing people like dropping just like that.
Yeah.
And
well, I can
what?
Understand that.
I have heard out of the mouths of people who are addicted to that shit that if it comes to the point where they see somebody drop,
yeah,
they want to know who they got that from, so they could go.
So they can go get it. I've heard that. Yeah.
So they could go get some. Oh, I just want to do as much as that, but that's killing cats. I want some of that, and it's just like, are you serious?
But some people who think of it this way. A lot of people who have addiction don't want to be here, and that's point of why they do the addiction or follow into the addictions because they really don't want to feel anything. They don't want to deal with life. They don't want to be here. So I'm be hot.
You know what? I do not believe that that's how it starts.
Okay.
I do not believe that that's how.
It doesn't start that way. It doesn't start. Not for opiates.
I think that's how opiates end because
yes.
I mean,
you're right.
I'm sitting there. I've asked people, if anybody knows, if anybody who is diabetic or knows a diabetic who has had any type of opiate addiction or heroin addiction, I've heard that that withdrawals feels like high blood sugar.
I don't know what high blood sugar feels like. So describe that. Describe that.
Your legs hurt.
Okay.
Your body hurts.
Yes.
Your muscles hurt.
Yes.
You every fucking step you feel like 20 pounds heavier.
Yes.
Breathing hurts.
Okay.
The air coming into your lungs is just
Everything
got a
hurts.
foul scent to it.
Okay.
You drag like this and you can't get up because it fucking sucks until you can get some insulin
or heroin, and it makes you feel better.
And yeah.
And that's how the addiction starts.
And if that's the case, then I mean, seriously, I'll deal with motherfucking 2 weeks of high blood sugar in order to not feel that shit.
That's one hell of a pain.
It is a hell of a pain, but
for
it's a hell
2
of
weeks.
Look, it's a hell of a pain for motherfuckers. I'm looking at cats having to deal with this shit like every day.
I know.
I mean, a motherfucker will sit there and be like, "Oh, I feel sick this morning." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I gotta go and motherfucking find some way to come up with some money to go and find something.
That's a fact.
To go and get some shit.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it consumes their time.
Yeah, it starts. There are a lot of people, like the privileged population, like you said, starts off with the prescription.
Right.
And then it's just okay. And then after taking that prescription for a while, and then the prescription runs out, then they start to feel all of that you just said.
Right.
The addition to that is the bowels. That goes.
Right.
Your ability to control your body goes.
Yeah.
And it's extremely painful to do anything. Like you said, breathing.
I think they get bound up. No.
What, your bowels? I don't know exactly what happens. I just know that it hurts.
Yeah.
Badly. Very badly.
Well, I mean,
you feel like you're dying. It's pretty much what it feels like.
That's what high blood sugar. I mean, when you have really, really high blood sugar, and I would not wish that on anybody. And,
yeah.
I mean, if I would, and okay, so the reason that I would never even consider well, not only because of the things that it does, but for real, mainly because I don't like taking shots.
Needles and needles. You've never liked
for
those of you who don't know, you're type 1?
Type 1, yeah.
Type 1 diabetic, which means that I never really knew.
It means that my pancreas just don't work for, how old am I? 30.
He was 12 when he was
31
diagnosed.
years.
Which means when he was 12, he had to shoot himself with insulin 3 times a day.
Yeah.
At the age of 12.
That's right.
So if you can imagine being 12, having to inject yourself, and you already don't like needles.
You already have a fear.
And he's still, he's 43 today, and he still has a fear of needles. But he would prefer to be alive than deal with the pain of the needle.
Yeah.
But at 12? So if you can imagine that, that's a long ass time.
It is.
I'm so glad you're still here.
So am I, because there's been times where that'd be a whole nother episode. You know, I fought the police, right?
Yes, but they don't know that.
Oh.
The people don't know.
Yeah, so I had an instant reaction and I blacked out on my way to work.
Okay, wait. Before you tell that story.
Okay.
Explain what an insulin reaction is.
Oh, I gotta go through all that.
I mean, they don't know.
Okay, cool.
They know type 2 diabetes. That's the most popular diabetes. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it's called a hypoglycemic reaction. It's when a diabetic takes insulin and does not eat.
Okay.
So your insulin winds up eating up your fat cells and your muscle cells and your organs. Okay. And it can cause you to black out. Okay. And the last thing I remember is pulling out on my main road from my house.
Yes.
And the next thing I remember, I was squared up with a police officer.
Squared up, for those you don't know.
And exit away from my house.
Wow.
A good 15 minutes away from my house on a Schnucks parking lot.
Wow.
With a police officer like maybe 6 feet away from me. And as soon as I saw him, I threw my hands up. I was like, I'm having an insulin reaction, and somebody hit me from behind and put me in the concrete. Yeah. And I had a open scar on my head for a long time.
I bet.
Yeah. Is it still there?
You still have a scar?
Yeah. I mean, it's faded a lot.
Sure.
But I mean, because when they want you down, they will get you down.
Yeah. And if you've been giving them hell, like you said you were giving them hell.
Yeah, because one of them said I hit hard, and I don't remember hitting him at all. And
I've been punched in the face by you, and you hit hard.
For real?
What you mean for real? Like you don't know?
I didn't hit you hard.
Look.
I did not hit her hard. Don't listen to her.
Square in the face. That's all I'm saying. When was this?
Yeah.
This was at the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah. This was when we were.
There was a certain somebody. I don't know if Rat don't watch our Rat. Robert. He don't watch our.
I'm gonna let him know. You don't watch this one.
He was there. We were at a bowling alley. Our parents bowled in the league. Our mom bowled in the league. Mm-hmm. So we were there, and we were supposed to be finding stuff to do, and we kept getting. I'm surprised we didn't get in more trouble than we did.
She kept giving me change so I could play video games, and
that's what kept you out of trouble.
Yes, video games kept me.
Remember that time we got out and we went behind the bowling alley and found that big old penta, what you call that thing? Like we walked behind the bowling alley. It was a bunch of dirt. Big old mound of dirt, and we walked up the mound and we saw like where there were motorcycles, and it was this giant penta. What do you call it?
A Graham?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I do not remember this.
And we had to walk back because we saw it, and I was like,
I do not remember this.
And you saw it, and you were like, it's time to go.
I do not remember this.
Turned around.
I really wish I could remember.
I remember that. It was giant. It was in this big field. But anyway, tangent. So we were in the movie theater, bowling alley, and I don't remember how it happened. All I remember is your fist hit my face. That's all I remember. And I started crying immediately. He was like, no. I didn't hit you that hard.
That sounds right.
I'm going to get in trouble. And right over there bugging up. I was like, why are you laughing? It hurt.
That sounds right.
My brother punched me in the face.
That sounds right. I don't remember doing that.
I remember doing it.
I apologize.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
You don't apologize.
I'm sorry.
Can't apologize to something you don't know nothing about. So that happened. So if a police officer says you hit hard, then you're probably hitting to survive. And you didn't hit me that hard, but you did hit me in the face.
And I apologize.
Again, I don't believe it. But
I couldn't have been even a teenager at that point.
You were barely a teenager. I was still a kid.
Right.
Yeah. So if you hit hard then, I'm pretty sure the police were trying to round you up. Like literally. It was more than two, right?
It was just two.
It was just two?
Yeah.
It was one behind you.
Yeah, it was one behind.
That's like if I could sneak up behind him and knock him in the head real quick. You know what?
He got me quick.
I just want to say, now that you bring that up, that I'm glad you are still here.
So am I.
Because that could have turned out so much worse. Especially in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you about me getting my house kicked in, right?
Yes.
I told you about getting pulled over and taken to jail. And
yes.
All because I got the wrong name.
Yes. We got a cousin who has the exact same name as him, who lives in Texas.
Well,
did he finally get locked up?
No, yeah, he'd been locked up.
He'd been locked up. But but before he got locked up, they were looking for him. And same last name. Same name.
Same first name.
Same whole name.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were looking for you.
You know what?
Yeah.
They actually I thought about it. I remember I got a check stub. My check stub from Steak and Shake had Derrick L. Luster on there, and that's not my middle initial, but that was his middle initial.
Oh wow!
Right.
Can you work at Steak and Shake in Texas?
No.
I'm just curious how they got his name.
Well, here's the thing. One of my partners is Chris.
Yeah.
I'll point Chris out. He
See how we could talk for hours.
Chris.
Yes.
Chris had he had when we had first met, we was rapping and whatnot. He was like, "Oh, I got a partner. I went to school with a cat with your same name. I thought you was the dude." And you know what I'm saying? All this time passed, years and years. And then this happened.
Wow.
And then he was like, "Yeah, that's the dude I thought you was."
This dude that he thought he was is the same dude that was arrested for, was it murder?
Oh, because it was their teacher. They both had the same teacher, and it was their teacher that he carjacked and killed at West County Mall.
Oh wow. Yeah. He thought it was you?
Well, no. Well, when when his name hit the news, everybody thought it was me.
Sure.
I mean, my phone was blowing up.
I bet. I don't remember. I didn't know anything about it. I found out about it after the fact, and I knew it wasn't you because they said Texas.
Yeah.
I was like, Derrick ain't been to Texas.
That was why they found him because he killed her out here.
Oh, it was here.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
He got arrested out in Texas.
I thought,
and then they brought him back here.
I didn't know he was here. I didn't know you had a. I have a Courtney Luster here. He is 2 years younger than me. He's a guy.
That does not surprise me.
Hey, Courtney, if you watching this, you fucked up my credit. And I'm mad about it.
No.
I just want to say that I had to go through steps to get your shit removed from my credit. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
They were like, did you live at such and such? No, I've never lived there. So you've never had this bill and that bill and this? No.
I don't know who you're talking
Who
about.
is that guy?
Right. Oh my God.
So anyway, thank you very much.
Courtney.
So I understand. I didn't have a murderer by the same name.
Oh, I still ain't seen A Scanner Darkly.
Man.
I can't watch that movie.
I wouldn't.
I mean,
are you?
I mean, they motherfucking start beating on my door, and I don't open my door for nobody.
As well, you shouldn't.
Open my door just barely. They had me cuffed on my fucking couch in less than 3 seconds.
Yeah, they don't play.
And I was hot. Yeah. Because I'm just like, I just straight got handled in my house.
And they don't fix anything. They don't repair anything. They don't send you money for damages. No. None of that. You on your own.
And they asking me stupid shit like, how come you didn't open the door? My foot, because I didn't know who you was.
It's really weird like that. Like, why were you running from the police? Because it's like 50 of y'all, one of me.
They had my apartment surrounded.
That's crazy.
They was upstairs, downstairs.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah.
That's crazy.
It was foul. And I mean, and they disappeared.
Of course.
Not even the card or nothing.
Of course. in case the real Derrick L. Luster finds you.
And then they showed me the picture of some bright skinned cat. I was like, I ain't never seen this dude before.
I didn't know he was here though. I did not know he was here when that happened.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was all out of state.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just looking for you federally. That's what I thought.
Oh, when Sunset Hills locked me up, it was for a theft charge. And it was for a theft charge out at some store in Sunset Hills. They came to transfer me, and it took all the way for him to come and get me, and for us to hit the Rock Road. He was about to pull out on the Rock Road to take me to Sunset Hills before he actually opened up the folder
and saw what it was
and looked at the picture. Looked at
his police, y'all.
Mug shot.
Right. That's the one thing you need to know who you looking for.
Nobody looked at the mug shot.
How many times? Right.
I mean, my man's is 6 inches shorter. Got gold. He's got her.
You look. I'm not funny. That's not funny.
And tattoos.
Wow. How many times have you been harassed because you have the same name as that?
Jesus. At least twice.
That's crazy.
I mean, I know it's been more than twice. Those were the two.
Those two you remember
that stood out the most. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because those caused me the most damage because I almost lost my job because they took me to jail and I sat in a holding cell. And I was on my way to work.
They don't care about nothing.
No,
don't care about nothing. No. You don't need your job.
Fuck no. We'd rather you didn't have a job so you could just be homeless and leave.
Basically.
For real, what you doing out here? This St. Anne.
Right.
St. Anne. You know, St. Anne are the ones that sent all the military equipment out to Ferguson.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, they got a big ass garage right down the street.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah, it's right down the street. They right here. They ain't nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I work right next to them, and I'd be nervous every time.
I would be too.
Man, I'd be like,
That's that PTSD, man.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Do we got time?
I mean, it's up to you. It's your birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday. Anybody that's still there.
I know. It's people still. They're here. They're there. They're
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm listening.
So my PTSD.
Yeah.
I have a PTSD.
This is a whole episode worth of information, but go ahead.
I'll try and make it quick.
Oh, you don't have to.
I'm gonna cut a lot of it out. How's that?
That's up to you.
All right.
I'm here. I ain't got nothing else to do.
So
Cameron's probably watching.
That's cool. for a little period in time, I went to camp.
Camp as in
camp.
Like summer camp?
Yeah, let's call it that.
Okay. I was gone for a little while.
I have no idea where anybody was.
Okay.
For real.
That's what we call it now, camp?
We call it the camp.
Okay.
So I went
on a retreat.
We went on retreat for a couple years.
Sabbatical.
I mean, honestly,
yes.
No, because it's too long for me to explain.
I understand that. No, it's fine. Go ahead. PTSD. That's where we're going.
Okay, so while I was there in camp, I spent 4 months in a room.
Okay. That's a long ass time to be in one little place, by the way.
It was, and honestly, I mean, you're looking at my basement, and it was half.
It was half of this. I know it was. Yeah. It wasn't. This is bigger.
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
This is much bigger.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
And the amount of time that I spent alone made me real comfortable with myself.
Okay.
But not comfortable with other people.
Makes sense. I'd be extremely uncomfortable around other people.
I do have that problem. I do have that problem.
Okay.
I mean, I've had, you know what I'm saying, gigs lined up to where, you know what I'm saying, I would get paid and I would be in front of people and doing, you know what I'm saying, shit that I love to do, but too many people, I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shut off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know where my PTSD comes from. And it comes from that because before then, you know what I'm saying, I don't remember having issues with public.
You didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't.
But after that, I noticed that the more the people, the more I want to just sink into the corner. You know
I wish we could go deeper into that because a lot of people, again, who are watching this, have either been, I don't want to say been in that situation. It's a long time. 4 months is a long time.
It don't take that long.
It don't. And when I was at the jail, it didn't.
It don't take long.
It really didn't.
It probably took about 2 weeks for me to just say fuck it.
And at that point, that's when people would call me. So I don't know if everybody knows, but I used to work at the jail and I was the mental health lady.
But see, I didn't go to jail. I went to summer camp.
But they kept people locked in small places for extended periods of time.
Holes.
In small places.
Yeah.
And they refer to them as holes.
Yeah.
And after a period of time, they would come to me and say, I'm losing it. I was fine before they put me here and I'm losing it. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with this? And how do you as a professional, I'm supposed to help them deal with that. But that's like, you can't, the best I could do was help them understand that it's only temporary. Like, hold on to hope. But when when it's all you see for an extended period of time, that's hard to do. And you start talking to yourself. And you start seeing shit.
I had the conversations with myself. I wound up doing a lot of like personal working out. You know what I'm saying? Making my bed into something.
That's what you should do.
Until I got tired.
Stay busy. Yep.
I spent a lot of time reading. If the best way to deal with that feeling of isolation is to read, because you can take your mind away from those walls around you.
The problem and I agree with you.
Well, the problem is that they didn't have a lot of full books.
Well,
I mean, they only had like half a book, and I mean, if you only read half the book, it's like where the rest of it at. God,
what happened? Don't get the. I've seen that before. I have so seen that before. Be like, Miss Luster, can you please go?
Can you find this, please?
Please just print it out for me. I don't know what happened. I'm up to the last chapter, and I need to know what happened. They literally came to me like that. I understand.
Oh, it's tough.
But imagine being imagine being that in that position, in that situation, and being around COs who would not let you have your stuff.
That would be tough.
It was like that where I was.
I saw that going down.
Yeah.
I got really cool with
You gotta be cool with the COs.
I got cool with a female nurse.
Okay.
And it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, all like talk or whatever, no shit like that. I mean, she was willing to listen and I was willing to talk, and I was willing to listen and she was willing to talk.
Sure.
And
you gotta have that.
Well, yeah. And one time she come around and it's not.
Hey, Jen.
So I had squares in there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna say how I got them in there.
Well, no, we're not talking about that.
Because
it's camp.
I had squares in there. I had them smuggled in for me.
At camp.
At camp. Because we weren't supposed to smoke at camp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In the room at camp. and,
Okay.
and,
Yes.
And I had been there for a little bit.
Yeah.
I had been there for, you know what I'm saying, probably 3 weeks.
Okay.
Coming up on 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And now I'm really wanting. I'm going through my nicotine withdrawals. Everybody else has gone through theirs. I'm going through mine now.
That's right.
Because I've been smoking good.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Withdrawal from nicotine.
Yes, it is.
I know.
And I had my little withdrawal with her.
Okay.
She had a pack of squares in her pocket.
Uh-oh.
She had a pack of Mavericks.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Harley Davidsons. They were Harley Davidsons.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
They were the closest.
If any of you smoke Harley Davidson cigarettes, I will give you money to get some real cigarettes. That don't sound right. Harley Davidson.
It was something. It was.
I don't know
it
where.
Wasn't Maverick.
I don't know where this camp was, but it wasn't around here that they had Harley Davidson squares. But did she roll them herself?
No.
I don't know.
If she did.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. That's terrible.
I was
Harley
having my nicotine fit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was just like, I want a cigarette.
Yes.
I was like, and I started asking her for one.
Yeah.
And I knew she wasn't gonna give me one, but I'm still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta ask.
Blah, blah, blah.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Did you know that?
But
you have to shoot your shot.
Oh,
because you miss 100% of the shots you don't make.
I don't even shoot.
Go on.
I just throw
you were saying, throw it up there. See what happens. Okay,
right
go ahead. This is hilarious.
So,
where is Phil? I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right. Anyway, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
So I was having my little nicotine fit.
Yes.
Blah blah blah. And then she was giving me my little insulin. And she just kind of looked up, kind of behind her.
Yeah.
And then I saw the CO standing behind her, and I never saw her again.
You got her moved.
I did.
You did that.
I did.
That's a shame.
It was.
See, I was different.
When my frat was in there.
He
didn't do shit.
He didn't.
No, fuck no.
I was different.
He gave me the sign. Every time he walked by myself.
Let you know, go mom. Hey, Sigma, don't come looking for me. I just happen to know what the sign is. That's all I'm saying. I was different though. If somebody would come at me, now we got a couple of COs that are watching. If somebody came at me, yeah.
Oh, I didn't do nothing.
It's like running from the police. Why you running if you ain't do nothing?
It's only one person watching. What are you talking about?
No, it's not. It's really not. What? That's 4 or 5 or 6, and it don't count everybody.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I would be loud with it. I have no problem.
But what?
My immediate response is, if somebody came up to me, so say for instance, somebody would be like, "Hey, Miss Luster, can you give me I'm trying to get in the COs won't let me have. Can you help me get out?" My immediate response is, "You trying to get me fired? I can't do that. You know I can't do that."
That's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that was quick. I was quick with it.
That's the best thing you can do, and do it loud.
Oh yeah, very.
I mean, not only so you know, said everybody on the block.
No, I need everybody to hear. I need the CO to hear.
Right.
And I need other people around you to hear, so they don't call me and ask me the same thing.
Right.
You're not going to take advantage of me.
And
that's number one.
Right.
And so people would assume that because I was so nice and I was so and I listened and I literally took I would take half an hour to an hour talking to inmates.
Can you tell the difference between
when I'm trying to be manipulated and not?
Yeah. Can you tell the difference?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't fall for none of that.
I mean, because it's a lot more manipulation than there is actually
the most
that need help.
The most they would get out of me is a conversation. And even that conversation is controlled by me.
Gotta be.
So if you're going to ask me personal questions, well, why do you think you need to know? Was that important to you? What happened to you? Why do you feel like you need to know that about me? That's how I would answer. I know I come across as very nice and very easy to manipulate, but I grew up in Washington Park. And I describe Washington Park as the place that people in East St. Louis don't want to go to. That's how I refer to it.
Word.
And so I wasn't in the streets because I was really protected, but I'm not stupid. And I look nice, and I look nice, I'm sweet and smile, and I'm cute, and I'll smile for you. But that's all you're getting out of me. And I'll give you the straight face. I'm cold as ice. I'm real cold. Real cold. Oh, Miss Luster, you cold. Hey, don't do me like that. I need this job. Don't play me.
I think I don't know. I don't know. A lot of what I pulled is from, you know what I'm saying, where I grew up is just, I mean, anything can happen to anybody at any time, at anywhere. It
That's a fact.
Motherfucking matter who you are, what
That's
you've
a fact.
done.
That's a fact.
I mean,
we've seen a lot living over there, and I didn't get to run up the streets like you did.
You
like,
didn't.
But I still know better.
Well, I mean, do you remember the little cat that had the dog that used to come around all the time, just stand in the backyard. He didn't play basketball because he couldn't play basketball, but he would come back there.
I don't remember. What's his name?
He had
where did he live?
His name either.
Did he live near us, like next to us, or across the street from us and down the street?
He lived down the. I think he used to come and visit down the street.
Okay.
But he used to hang out with Pierre and Shane a lot, and they would come, and we would all come by, and you know what I'm saying, and hang out together.
I remember.
He wound up getting murdered for killing two.
I didn't know him well.
2 cats in Bentonville.
I don't know him well. This is not the guy that was put to death, was it?
Yes, he was.
That was our neighbor. You talking about the dude that was our neighbor?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The guy that lived directly next to us, who used to skin cats and hang them in the garage.
Who was that?
You don't know who that was?
Who was that?
That was the same guy who was charged with double homicide, where he
lived next door.
What did you call it when you shoot somebody in the back of the head?
Execution style.
You're
talking about Sherelle.
That's what I was thinking of.
Sherelle wasn't skinning cats.
It was somebody. It was either him or his brother.
Maybe one of his little brothers. I don't think Sherelle.
It might have been his little brother.
Because Sherelle was too old.
It might have been his little brother.
It might have been.
Because his brother told me about it or showed it to me.
Which one?
Okay,
no, it's all good. It was some.
Yeah, anyway, it was too many.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But Sherelle.
Washington Park.
I didn't see Sherelle like that. I mean, granted, Sherelle got fucking. Honestly, he got the death penalty for the.
He
Madison
was murdered
Park.
In the state of Illinois.
Yeah, and what was it called? The Madison Park
murder
massacre. It was a massacre.
It was
called
only 2 people. I don't know why they called it
a massacre.
He literally shot 2 people execution style. They were bound and they were on their knees, and he shot them in the back of the head.
The problem was he went next door, and you know what I'm saying, there was kids there that he put in the. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know all that. All I know is he killed 2 people. I didn't know there were other people around.
He had to separate the dad from the kid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I think he got snitched on, which was.
Well, I mean, there's no loyalty
in nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
There's no loyalty in that.
If you ever decide to do something, do it by yourself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's a fact. If you're gonna do dirt, don't expect to have a co-defendant. Do that shit by yourself. If you're gonna go down by yourself. Don't take other people with you, and definitely don't put other people in that position that they have to see you do that. Don't. That's not cool. We're not friends. Yeah. We're not friends if you do that to me.
Yeah.
And that's for any of y'all. If you're around, man, at all. There was the video. I'm going on a tangent, and we'll end this shortly because we are way over time. But there was wow, I didn't realize we were that far over time.
Oh yeah, I did.
There was a video not too long ago, a couple years ago, and I made Cameron not watch it. We talked about it.
Okay.
There was 2 guys and a girl in the car. Girl had a gun. Girl's playing around with the gun.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah, and dude was like, "You're making me nervous."
Making me nervous. He told her to put it down.
Yeah, and she ended up shooting him and killing him.
Well, he wasn't. Did he die?
He died.
My boy told me that he survived that shit. I looked at it and was like, I don't know if he survived.
He didn't survive that.
I don't think he did.
No, you could hear how he was. He wasn't. No, he didn't survive that.
You could you could see it and tell that he didn't survive that. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She was playing with the gun. He was like, "You making me nervous. Put that away." And she was like, "What you nervous for?" Pop. And next thing you know, he ain't breathing.
And
he was gasping for air.
My man in the back seat was up. And
that was after the fact, because when he said "you making me nervous," he was in the back giggling.
No. The dude that got shot was in the front seat.
Okay.
He was in the passenger seat. And there was a dude in the back seat. And there was a chick in the passenger seat with the gun, and she was all fucking with the gun, just like woo woo woo.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You making me nervous? Put that shit down. You making me nervous." She was, woo woo woo. What you nervous for?
Yep.
And old boy looked.
And he got out. Good for
him.
He should not have been there for that.
I was like, nobody grabbed the phone.
No.
Y'all faces all over that shit.
All over it. Over it.
Nobody grabbed the phone.
You around somebody who was irresponsible, period. Separate yourself.
Man.
Because the little bit of irresponsibility can make you a co-defendant any day.
Any day. Real quick. And I mean, when you're back against the wall, look.
Hey.
My back was against the wall, and for real,
hey.
and on everything, dog.
Hey.
On everything. And I wish I had the paper.
Yeah.
I wish I had it.
Yeah.
Everything said, I did this. I did this. I did this. This is what I did.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what you say about whoever, wherever. I don't know nothing about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did this. If you want to know what happened, this is what I did. For real. I mean, because for real, and this is something that my dad taught me.
Okay.
You take responsibility for your actions.
For what you did.
Yes. You don't take responsibility for somebody else's shit.
That's true.
If they did it, they need to take responsibility for it.
And I'm gonna tell you up front.
For real.
And this is for all my friends, family, and everybody else who says they're associated with me. If we go to court and they ask me what happened, I'm telling. I don't care if I'm a snitch. I don't care if you put me in that situation. You asking for it
because you ain't looking for that.
Hey,
I feel that.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel that.
I was on my way to a party and you over here playing with a gun. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You going, sis? I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm not going down for you.
Right.
Bottom line, there's no loyalty.
I feel that.
None.
But I mean, you just got to make sure that you remove yourself from those positions, from those situations,
from those people.
Man.
Yeah, all those people got to go. I don't hang around with irresponsible people for that reason. Don't put me in that situation. And everybody who knows me knows if you need me as a witness, don't call me. Number one, I have a terrible memory. I will send you to jail by accident.
Not by accident.
It will be by accident.
I thought it was.
I could have sworn I saw, but I'm not really sure.
So
don't
really
put me on the stand. Everybody knows this. Period. Number one. Number two, I got kids. And they're more important to me than you are to me. So I'm snitching and call it what it is. Now let's clarify, because I was listening to my favorite podcast now is Joe Budden and them. Joe Budden podcast.
I know that shit's long, dude.
It's an hour.
It's fucking long.
We on 2 hours. Why are we talking about an hour and we on 2 hours?
Man,
anyway.
Look, I just sat there and listened to that shit.
You did? It's hilarious though.
It's fun.
It's hilarious.
It's just guys talking shit.
That's what we doing.
I know. And I'm gonna watch this shit and I'm gonna be like, this is my birthday.
Happy birthday, man. All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry I didn't get to go on my Trump rant, but I don't really feel like getting
It's not necessary, man. We stress free right
yes,
now.
We are.
Your birthday.
Yes.
We celebrating.
Yes, it's too deep. It's too deep.
And we ain't going to Trump. Trump don't deserve our energy.
No.
That's how I feel about that.
You know what?
What?
I knew somebody, dog. One of my partners.
Yeah.
It was like, I saw this dude because he came to St. Louis.
Yeah.
And it was like, I saw this dude in the motherfucking procession. He drove right in front of my whip. And all I had to do was just smash the gas and I'd have T-boned his ass.
I'm glad he didn't do it.
Fucking knocked him off and we wouldn't even be going through this. We wouldn't even be going through this. It would be motherfucking the past. You know, I mean, nothing. We would be all right. For real.
I have said it before. I'll say it again. Jay-Z said it in a song. All I'm going to say is there are people out here who say they about that life. There are people out here who say they have nothing else to live for. And they'll take a life if they have to. There are people out here who say they're not scared to go back to prison. For all of y'all that are saying those things, but letting that man live, I don't believe nothing you say. You're a simp to me. You're a punk to me. And I don't believe nothing you say. If you're not going to stand on your word and go back to prison for this, sacrifice for the country, we have nothing to talk about.
You know what?
Now, I'm not saying go out and do it. I'm just saying, if you're going to say all those things, show me something.
Since you going there,
that's all I'm saying.
You remember that? You remember Atlanta, right?
Yes.
My man's was so pissed off.
What happened? Okay.
My man,
I'm gonna clear that up in a minute.
My man's was so pissed off that he started capping police.
See,
now I mean, he was pissed off enough to start capping police.
For to be fair, we are not saying
no, I'm not condoning
go out there and shoot police and try to kill your president.
Any of that.
I'm saying if you are gonna go out there and say that you all about that life, be about it. That's all I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, if it was somebody after, you know what I'm saying, after these cats getting killed, you know what I'm saying, because of their skin tone, somebody is so pissed off that they finna motherfucking stand up in a building and start capping police, you know what I'm saying, at random.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All you got on a motherfucking badge here, let me cap you.
See.
And this is what he did. Now, what I'm saying is, if that's what it took for somebody to start doing that, it's not gonna take a whole lot more for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not no sniper, dog.
I'm not either.
I'm not that guy.
I'm not about that life.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I am not that guy. But I mean, there are people who are that guy.
That's a fact.
There have been, less.
To add to what he's saying, if you are a CO, if you are a PO, I need you to take your badge off after work.
No.
Do not walk around going to the gas station, getting you something to drink. If you're off the clock, you don't need to be in uniform.
Just be solid in what you do.
That's all I'm saying.
Just be solid in what you do, for real. Like, I mean, cats in the street know. They know. You know what I'm saying? The dirty cats, and they know the cats who actually stand up cats. They know them.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't gonna just go after randoms. They know the people well.
That's why I'm saying.
But I mean, if you a stand-up guy, if you doing your thing, if you're not just, you know what I'm saying, shooting cats back just because you don't like their attitude, or you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you don't like the way they look, or they won't cut their hair, or, you know what I'm saying, some random shit
or
like
they
that.
saying some side shit to you.
Or honestly, it gets to the point now where it's like, oh, if they smoke weed, because I mean, you liking the cats who, you know what I'm saying, dropping dirties up. Yeah. And this motherfuckers in other states who are just walking like whatever. Yeah. So I mean, even that. Yeah. If you a PO and you doing that, you know what I'm saying, or you a CO and you landing on cats and not letting them have the little bit of freedom that they're afforded, right? You know what I'm saying? Please give them that, because they will have that deep root and it will follow.
It's coming
for real.
And if they're not the ones who will follow through, there'll be somebody behind them that will.
I mean,
I've always been the person to COs who would say, be firm, fair, and consistent. If you can't be firm, fair, and consistent, it shows that you're being manipulated some way and you're showing favoritism. And that looks bad to other people, other inmates. Protect yourself by being firm, fair, and consistent with everybody, not just the people who are doing dirty. Even the people that you cool with, be firm, fair, and consistent with them too. It is what it is. But don't be shady, because you asking for it.
It's
and there are people out there waiting.
It's like you working with, or you working over, or you are watching out over a bunch of cats who live on reading people. Yep. They know the type of cat you are. Yep. I mean, it don't matter how much you try to hide it. They know the type of cat you are, because that's what they do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can be that stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying?
You can still do your job.
Yes. And I mean, do your job. I mean, and if it comes to you letting them motherfucker know this is what I have to do because this is my job, then so be it.
Say that. They'll respect that.
Don't take advantage of that, because I mean, that's not someone's livelihood. That's just that's someone's life. You know what I'm saying? That's their everyday.
I found that when you do say that this is my job, I have to do this, they respect that.
Oh, they do.
When you come to the point where you give a little here and you don't give here. That's when people disrespect you.
Yeah.
And they take advantage.
Oh yeah.
And or they find a way to get back at you. That's why I was never because you were worried when I was at the jail. But and rightfully so. You had every right to be worried, but I was firm, fair, and consistent with everybody. So they all knew what to expect from me.
Yeah.
I didn't go out and do this and not do that to other person. It wasn't that way. So they knew what to expect. But if I were to go out and give this person this, like I'm gonna go out and I'll bring this in, CO, let them have this, and then not do that for somebody else, it was over.
Yeah.
And I've seen COs do it. I've seen nurses do it. I've seen mental health professionals do it and get sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end, it's too late. Now it's your job. Once they find out, it's your job.
Right.
And then you can lose your life. If you're a nurse, if you're a mental health professional, you can lose your license. If you're a CO, you can't work in the state.
Right.
Like all of that stuff affects your job. Just be consistent. Bottom line.
Your job.
If you're a PO,
like,
bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a PO, if you run in the streets and you're trying to make sure everybody's good in the streets, be consistent. Let them know this is what it is. Look, hey man, I understand you going through. I understand you trying to feed your family, but we got to do it this way. How about you go check this out? Or how about you go check that out? Let's give them options. Don't just be like, all right, no, get in the back of the car.
Right.
There's a way to talk to people.
I mean, I can't even front. There are those cats that you may need to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Because, for sure.
I mean, but those cats.
You do know.
You know those cats. You see it in their face. You know those cats, especially if you
and they in your face. They in your face because they come to you.
Yeah,
they let you know who they are.
But then you also know the cats who, you know what I'm saying, or who you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, manhandle or,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, be super hard on. You know the difference between the cats, and I mean they run the game, but I mean part of the job of working in fucking jail is having to be able to know the game.
Like, maneuver the game.
Yeah. I mean, my job requires a particular set of skills.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And not everybody got those skills. But
true.
I do.
Yeah.
It's the same with any job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with, you know what I'm saying, a jail job.
I agree. There's a book that I read, which, I mean, there's many books. And I'll post the name of it later. But it literally defines how to not be manipulated. How to tell. I never read it, by the way. Look, I forgot who it was. One of the what do you call it? You got your main dude. What do you call it? Over the jail. The person, warden? The warden. It was the assistant warden. The assistant warden wanted me to read this when I was working at a minimum security jail. And so I got the book. I bought the book. I never read the book because I wasn't manipulated. So it didn't fall for me. But he thought I was. I'm cute. I'm nice. Whatever. So, but the reality is there are things out there. If you're working in that environment, if you're a PO, if you're a CO, if you're working in that environment, you're working with criminals in any form of fashion, you have to know how they manipulate you because there's so many different ways for it to be done, and you're not even knowing you're a pawn in the game. You have to be very careful. Because if you go in there thinking that, I'm gonna lay down the law and this is what I want to be when I was a kid, and I'm gonna go in there and do you set yourself up because they smell you a mile away,
don't they?
Oh, we got a cousin who's a colonel now. I know.
Who that?
I'm gonna tell you about him later. I'm so proud of him.
Do I know him?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he a sergeant not long ago?
Yes.
Oh, I know who that is.
He's a colonel now. I'm so proud of him. He's a federal agent. I love it. I'm proud of him.
I'm proud of him too.
Yes.
I need to holler at him.
Yeah. we got people on both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides of the law.
Word.
It is what it is.
Word.
It is what it is.
But then we got a lot of people too.
We do have a lot of family members.
Yeah.
We got a big family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if y'all are watching this, just be aware. That's all.
Word.
All right. So this is cool. It was only supposed to be an hour. Ended up being 2.5 minutes, but it's all good.
2.5 minutes.
It's his birthday, y'all. Happy birthday, dude.
It's my birthday for another.
He's 43. 43.
43. Yes.
You old as hell.
I feel it.
No.
I mean, see, the thing about it is at 43.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even say at 43, but I mean, at this point of the game, I've realized that, you know what I'm saying, for real, and you got to pay attention, like, and don't overlook it, but people tell you who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's true. They tell you who they are.
And they show you who they are.
The problem is people overlook that and say, no, they better than that.
We have the potential to be better than that.
That's a mistake. Yeah. They didn't mean that. No, people show you who they are.
Facts.
That's a fact. That may not be who they want to be.
And it may not who you want who you want them to be.
It'll definitely not be who you want them to be, but they do show you who they are as a person. That's a fact. Pay attention to that.
Listen.
And if they decide to, you know what I'm saying, they decide to vamp on you, or you decide to not, or if you feel like you can't handle that type in your life, then move on, because
deuces.
I mean, your life is only so long.
Too short.
I mean, because for real, you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna live till I'm maybe not.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I mean, there's people knocking off in their early teens, even less than that. You know what I'm saying?
Quick.
So, I mean, make the most of the time that you got, and don't even deal with the negatives, because I mean, the negatives ain't gonna do nothing but make the time that you got even worse.
Word. That's a fact. That's a fact. Old head advice, y'all. Look,
ain't that a bitch?
We gotta go. I gotta pee. That bottle has hit me, so we got to go. But thank you for tuning in. It was the weekly wind down. I appreciate everybody for stopping in, saying what's up. It's been real. I appreciate you. I hope you walk away with some sage advice from the old head. It's his birthday, and so we celebrating. I know it was an extra hour and 5 minutes, and I apologize for going over time, but it was well worth it. It was good conversation.
It's fun.
It was fun.
It's fun.
I love you.
Love you too.
I just okay. Before we go,
for real?
Yes.
What?
I have to say,
you've been drinking.
I have. The bottle is empty.
Damn.
So,
all right.
What I want to say is, you were the I have another brother who lives in Texas, but I didn't grow up with him. So shout out to Jamal if he's watching, which I'm sure he's not, because he ain't online no more.
What's up with that?
Hey man, he recognized there was a bunch of bullshit on Facebook, and he was like, I don't want no parts of that, so I'm gonna live my life.
I mean, Russia is tapping in Claire McCaskill shit. What's up?
Take it to him to bring it back to politics. Look. So anyway.
It is what it is.
So here's what it is. You know, you've been in my life for all of my life for almost 40 years. Okay. Yeah. And I'm glad there have been many opportunities for neither one of us to be here. There have been times when I've seen my life flash before my eyes. Yeah. I know you've seen your life flash before your eyes. Yeah. And after a couple of the stories that you told, there were many opportunities for you to not be here. So I'm glad you're still here.
It's boring.
Oh, I know. We don't have time. We don't have that kind of time.
It's all good. It's a motherfucking shit.
It's a life learning experience.
It is.
And it's all about growth and evolution and becoming a better human being. And I can tell you from watching you all 4 decades of my life that you have definitely grown as a human being.
Because I was a straight asshole, right?
Was? So anyway, I'm glad that you're here. I love you. Thank you for being an awesome uncle to my sons. Aww. Thank you for being there for them. Thank you for appreciating the mug, all that wonderfulness. I love you. That's all the juiciness y'all gonna get. It's time to celebrate his birthday. Yes. Hopefully we can go out here and enjoy our night. Yes.
And I want to see Phil.
If Phil is watching, Phil, I'm on my way. And I ain't seen you in a while. We about to kick it tonight. And the bottle is gone. So you know I'm live right now. So it's been real. Thank you, everybody. It's been the weekly wind down. Holla at you next time. If I can turn this off, because I